I did not mean to go live looking like this. I be picking all kind of crazy filters, y'all. Lord have mercy. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I look crazy on Instagram right now. It is what it is. What's going on Instagram? That is the weirdest looking filter I have ever seen in my entire life. Welcoming you all in the space. Welcoming you. What's up? I see you, Ardley and Marva and Tahisha and Darius and Gina and Lisa and Tavonda and Tanisha. I see everybody. What's up, Instagram? So let me introduce, for those who do not know, I am Iyanla Ma'at, and I am one half of the team behind Black Love and Marriage and also The Art of Overcoming. And that's what I have come to talk to you about today. The Art of Overcoming, because if you don't know anything about it, like, what am I talking about? Most of the people here on the Zoom know what I'm talking about, but folks who are on social media might be like, I don't know what you're talking about. You can go to loveonher.com, and get more information. Next month, in a matter of, what's the day? The 22nd? Like 8 days, November the 1st. We are going to be coming together every single day from November 1st through the 21st, right at the top of gratitude season, right before Thanksgiving, and you start to pull out your black eyed peas and collard greens and what y'all be making, turkey and macaroni and cheese. You're going to get your mind all the way right for all the family that you need to see or that you're going to see that get on your last nerve, for all the anxieties that sometimes come up during the holidays, for sometimes the grief and the feelings that start to settle in because of those who have gone on, who we miss. And more than anything, for the space that we need to make for ourselves to overcome, to continue to grow, to become all that God would have us to be, so that we see evidence of that in our lives. We see evidence of it in how we feel from day to day, how we flow from day to day, our mental health, our emotional wellness, from our relationships with our children to our partners, to on and on. And absolutely in our faith life, that our faith is not just something we talk about, but it's something that we walk out. Won't he do it? We got to walk that faith out, and we got to see evidence of God's goodness and his mercy and his blessings by the way that we move and the way that we flow. And so we got to be able to create space for that. So that's what the Art of Overcoming is all about. It's about overcoming ourselves, getting out of the way and getting into divine alignment so that our relationships look well, that they are not perfect, but that they are elevated. And someone calling me on my phone. Let me. I'm back. So our relationships look well. So that when we're sitting and, y'all, some of y'all got them t-shirts that say, maintaining my peace, don't disturb my peace, whatever it is, that you really mean it. That you know that you get to choose your peace. You get to choose, and that you take the time to do that. So I told y'all I was not going to stay before you long. I wanted to share the book that we're going to be reading next month with like-minded sisters. This is for my sisters. Brothers, y'all are all right. But y'all got to go see my husband as he does the King Me Intensive. And you can go to kingmeintensive.com to learn more about that for the men. But loveonher.com is where you can sign up for this experience. So next month, November 1st to the 21st, 8 o'clock each night, we come together. The women are split into strength squads so that you can understand who you have been assigned to, and know that they are assigned to you, and come together and support one another through the awarenesses, the ahas. We did this in October, and we read an old school favorite, One Day My Soul Just Opened Up by Iyanla Vanzant, and people was getting free. They was getting free, and it was a beautiful thing. And to be able to really understand that and how they got free and what it all looked like, go to loveonher.com. There are testimonials on there for you to be able to hear. All right, y'all like, okay, Yana, we know all about it. Can you please get to the book? I gotta tell you this first. So I was up late one night. I was up working on the lab. I was way too late. It's one of them things where, so I have ADD. Any ADD people, having people in the house? I don't have it with the H. I don't have the hyperactivity part. Sometimes you can't tell, but I don't have that part. But I do have attention deficit disorder. And so it sometimes be hard for me to focus at different times in the day, or I can only do certain types of things. So to get really still and quiet, I needed to be not in the midnight hour, but in the middle of the night hour. So it was probably about 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe 3:30. And I had like the TV on in the background as I was doing some work. And I happened across on YouTube an interview with Iyanla Vanzant. She is my favorite author. And I happened across an interview with her. And I was just kind of like listening, while I'm typing on my laptop, and I'm looking over and typing and looking over. And then I like put my laptop to the side and I was listening. And she was talking about how important it is for us to trust. And she was talking about how many times she's been challenged in her own trust in her own relationship. And she was talking about all these things around trust. And I started to think about how much I work with trust in my own life, but also with the women that I support, the men that I support as a relationship coach and therapist. Like trust is a rough one. How many people feel like trust can be rough? Don't let me be alone, because there's all kinds of trust. And so trust can be rough. It can be rough to give it. It can be rough sometimes and difficult for us to give it to ourselves, to give it to others, especially if somebody has betrayed it. And so as I listened to her, I said, the book has come to me. And so we're going to be reading Iyanla Vanzant again. And let me tell you how I know confirmation right off the top that this is the book. Because when I opened up the pages and I just looked at who she dedicated the book to, oh my Lord, this smacked me in the face right off the top. She said, I dedicate this book to every person who may believe that trust is something you give and receive, because she does not understand it is a state of mind and a state of being. Oh my goodness. I dedicate this book to everybody who thinks it's something you give and you receive, because you do not understand it is a state of mind, it is a state of being. My God, she said, to all of us, I say, lean not on your own understanding, because we really do not know what anything is for. Oh my God, that was in the dedication. Lean not on your own understanding, because we really don't know what anything is for. That's a whole word, Tanisha. Yes, it is. And so sometimes we are focused on our situations. Oftentimes we're focused on our circumstances and the ways people don't show up and the things they do to us and the ways we're betrayed and who we got to keep an eye on, or I'm only going to let you see me but so far. But what if we actually understood that trust is a state of mind and a state of being? What if we understood that if we trust the Most High and that if we align with that we really don't have anything to be worried about? So y'all, let me stop just talking about it. We are coming together next month. Y'all can't see this because my little background messing up. And we're reading Trust by Iyanla Vanzant. Oh, some of y'all need it. Trust. Instagram. It's called Trust. Lord, I can't keep this thing in the screen because my background on Zoom, I don't know what to do. All right. Trust. Mastering the 4 essential trusts. Mastering the 4 essential trusts. Trust in self. Trust in God. Trust in others. Trust in life. Oh my goodness. How much better would things be? How much more peaceful would things be if we would learn to trust? And for anybody, as you hear me talking about, we're going to read about trust. How much can you read about trust, talking about trust? Trust in self, trust in God, trust in others, trust in life. Anybody feels any level of resistance, or you looking like this? Oh, you need it. You need it. You need to trust, because a lot of the things that we come up against, a lot of the difficulties, a lot of the stuff, it has to do with our inability to trust. It has to do with our unwillingness to trust. It has to do with our resistance to surrendering. It has to do with not wanting to be uncertain and to not know what's going to happen. We want to be in control. Anybody want to be in control? Anybody willing to just say that's just what it is? But one of the number one things we talk about, and that we've been talking about a lot lately, is that you got to surrender. And you cannot trust without surrender. You can't fully trust without surrender. And so I am just excited, y'all, about this book. I want to invite you again, if you are interested at this time in your life, in saying, hey, I might need to lean into this, not just to the reading that we do every day. There is a spiritual practice and a practice for the reading in terms of how we go about that each day. There is an accountability chart for all of those who are returning that I know will dig into even more to make the transformation and what you're reading be able to transfer into your life in an even better way, a better way. And there is, of course, the opportunity to connect. We come together inside of another platform, and you are connected in groups with other women who are also learning how to upgrade their faith so that you see it in your life in all ways and in all places, learning and focusing in on how to upgrade your relationships and learning, because this is my call, how to master your emotions, how to feel your feelings. Half the time we can't trust because we don't even know what we feel about anything. So we learn how to feel our feelings. We talk about it. We share. You have the opportunity to do that in your intimate strength squads. And then in January, we are going to Tennessee. We're going to Tennessee, to the Smoky Mountains, to the Divine Flow Retreat. So all of this stuff is available to you. When you go to loveonher.com, for those who are not signed up, I just want to know, I was going to say in the chat over here on Zoom for the folks who's already a part, what y'all feeling about the book? Okay, Tavonda said, running about a book. Woo woo. Okay, all right. Y'all might be doing different stuff. How y'all feeling about it? Trust by Iyanla Vanzant. That's the book that will populate on the website today. And everybody, just remember, wherever you are in your process, in your relationships, in your life, in your relationship with self, with God, with other folks, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriends, your children, you can't do anything well, and you can't do anything good if you're not available to the process. You got to respect the process, which means you have to surrender and you have to trust. And so we're going to go deep on this trust thing. And we're going to find out there are so many ways that so many of us do not trust. By keeping things close to the chest, by only sharing certain parts of ourselves, by only letting our partners in. Some of y'all married and don't trust. And when I say married and don't trust, first of all, that ain't sound right, because there's a lot of people married and don't trust because it's issues. I know, okay? This is what I specialize in. But what I mean is that there are basic levels of trust that you should be offering up, that you should be moving with in your life with other people based on the one that you trust the most. If you're not a person of faith, this particular experience might not be the one for you, because this is the bedrock of what we're doing, is sitting on our faith and expanding our faith. And so many of us don't even demonstrate that we trust God. We don't even demonstrate we trust God. We are only willing to go so far, only willing to do so much, only willing to expose ourselves to so much, only willing to get so vulnerable, and in many cases downright just like, I'm not doing it. I'll get to that later. And God says, trust me. Trust me. Practice trusting yourself and practice trusting other people, knowing that God will provide. So everybody, I think somebody else just came in the room. This is the book we read and Trust by Iyanla Vanzant. I will send out an email for those who are already signed up for the Art of Overcoming experience. Trust, Lord, the thing keep going out the frame, by Iyanla Vanzant. Oh my goodness. Trust me, God says. Trust me. Trust the process. Trust your spouse. Trust your children. Trust everybody. Trust that you can trust yourself, so that when you need to use discernment and trust God, but pay attention to this particular person or this situation in a particular kind of way, that you can still trust that you don't walk around guarded, but you walk around knowing that all is well. Trust. That is what we're doing. I just want y'all to know this, because I'm just proud of myself. You see this smoothie? I started today. I pulled my husband in with me. I'm going to be doing a modified intermittent fast between now and the first day that we come together. I want God to get me all the way right, to be able to go in to a space of, I expect supreme revelation in the time we come together. I expect supreme liberation from my own stuff, from a lot of things. I expect for there to be supreme connection between the sisters. I expect, and I want to be in that space. So I'm fasting with intention, with purpose. For all of you all who are coming in, many of the women who came last time, they were like, I wanted to come because I'm having issues in my relationship with my spouse. I wanted to come because I'm having issues with feeling like I'm stuck and I don't know where to begin. Some people said, I'm trying to get clarity on my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing. I keep going in circles. It doesn't matter what it is, but I expect that there's going to be supreme revelation and just elevation for myself and for everybody who comes together. So I see y'all in the chat. All right, Hansa said she's going to be detoxing as well. Tanisha, you started fasting and praying yesterday. Yes, that's good. So I'm doing this. I'm just going to be doing smoothies, and I'm not gangster like some of y'all professional fasters that be, y'all had nothing but water and sunshine for 21 days or something like that. That ain't me. Okay, so I'm proud of myself because I watched my mother when I was younger. She fasted all the time. Different times in the church, and they were fasting, different times on her own. She would cook real good when she was fasting too. But I wasn't doing it. And I really just more recently have started to really pay attention to this seeking a word from God, wanting to be open to God and wanting to make sure that my heart is open. So yeah, I'm doing this intermittent modified intermittent fasting. Intermittent is when you go like all day long and don't eat or something like that until, the evening time. You'll eat nothing all day and you just eat one meal a day or something like that. So I'm going to be having smoothies, broth, and some soups, like little veggie soups, like, you can make cabbage soup or, light little soups like that. Because if I just, and then I'm gonna have a nice clean meal at the end of the day. And I brought my husband on in there. He asked me this morning, he was like this, what is this again? That's how he was looking to y'all. He said, what is this again? So I explained it. He was like, all right, okay, go get me a smoothie too. So we're doing that together. So I'm excited about that, but I can't just not have nothing because in my head be hurting. I be irritable. So be in preparation, be in prayer as we come closer up to the time that we begin together. Thank God today for this stirring or rustling in your spirit about trust. I hope that in some way God has used this time that we came together for this short moment to say, oh, yeah, you need to trust me. Are you trusting me or are you doubting me? How have you been moving and flowing? What's your spirit been like? What's your energy been like? Have you been trusting? Trust is what we're going to focus on. And that leads into so many other layers of how we move and flow in our lives. So thank you guys for coming on. Go to loveonher.com, Instagram to learn more. I think it's in the bio too, but I ain't exactly sure. Everybody get your book. I'll send out an email today with the link, but you can go to Amazon and type Trust by Iyanla Vanzant. It ain't that complicated. And we'll go from there. That's where I got mine. Everybody be peaceful, be easy, and I'll see you soon. Bye. See you guys. Bye, Instagram. Peace, y'all.